All right, let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be checking out another build guide for Soulstone survivors, this time built around the Necromancer. Now, I don't think it's any sort of debate whether or not the Necromancer is my favorite character. He absolutely is, but I've actually been not playing him as much, mostly because I feel like he kind of outshines a lot of the other characters, and I really kind of wanted to play him the least, mostly because of the fact that I wanted the other characters to feel just as strong. And then when you compare it to a character who has like a solid toolkit all around, like he's got so many good skills, and his summons are really good as well, it's really kind of hard to go back to literally anything else. But I do want to go ahead and focus on him a little bit, so that way we can showcase his build. And so if you like the sort of content, you want to see more build guides like this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know your favorite builds, what characters you would like to see me try, or builds that you would like to see me try. And then link those builds and abilities and runes and all that sort of jazz down in the comments below, and I will check them out for myself as well. So the thing we're going to probably be doing with this build, mostly because I just really like Doom, is focusing on making a Doom build that's spread out through our summons. And this is how we're going to do that. Like traditionally, it looks like you could apply Doom through Shadow Nova. I'm not going to be using this one, mostly because I don't want to use the Wooden Scythe. The reason why I am actually going to be staying away from the Skeletal Warriors is because of the Cunning trait. Now, I would actually say the Cunning trait in most regards is actually a very good trait because it taunts enemies off of you. The other thing is, when you have a swarming group of allies running away from you and basically keeping attention from them, or like on them off screen from you, it's hard for you to consistently keep doing damage on. So I don't actually like any of the troops that do melee and do cunning that come from me, because they just kind of run off their own thing. Instead, what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be rocking the Noxious Reaper plus 10. It comes with 25% crit chance, 45% damage modifier, negative 15 armor, and a 65% chance area modifier, all because I have it at plus 10 currently. That means we're going to be rocking Plague Rats and Putrefy, but we're actually not going to be keeping Putrefy. We only have it at the beginning just so it eases it into getting other abilities. Having two abilities is always a great thing. But the Plague Rats is going to be helpful for two things. Number one, it's going to be spreading a dot through poison. Number two, it's also going to be giving us weakness. Weakness is always great. This makes enemies a lot weaker to our status effects. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to chain this with Murder of Crows and Carrion Crows, Spectral Guardians, and then we're going to be taking Skeletal Archers and Skeletal Mages. We're going to be taking the Crows because of the Disarray effect, and also because Chaotic is pretty cool. It basically makes it, there's a chance that you'll cast one of your skills off cooldown. It's pretty awesome. The Spectral Guardians, mostly because I like this idea of being able to cast Radiance as well. They do it pretty effectively. And then we're going to be taking the Skeletal Archers. I know I said hated Cunning, but guess what? Archers actually hang around you. Like, they kind of stay near you. And I like that. The fact they kind of run with you rather than away from you is always a good thing. And archers are just effective at their job. And the last one is, of course, Skeletal Mages. We absolutely going to pick this up. If we can get it as soon as we can, that's going to be great, because that's going to make our Doom procs a lot easier, as well as picking up all the passives and increase Doom damage over time, as well as applying that to our other summons. So, how are we going to take all these summons and add them onto our list, since they are all individual weapons? When we go look over our runes, you'll notice that in our versatility runes, the one I'm taking is Unexpected Arsenal. This allows you to use all of your unique weapon skills that you have available to the character of the skill pool, only for weapons you have crafted. Well, since we have them all crafted, we can use all of them. As far as our Tenacity runes, we're going to basically be going, you know, for what you would traditionally do for a summoner. We are taking Dash Mastery, because you know home without it. We're going to be taking Harmony, increases your damage and the damage of all your summon units by 0.8% per active unit, up to a maximum of 24%. So this should always be active as soon as we have all our summons. Commanding Presence, it reduces the damage dealt by us, but increases the damage of all of our units summoned by 30%. Thing is how we're only going to be doing summon damage. It's going to be really good. And Extra Help, which allows us to have one extra unit. If I could, I would probably sandwich in the Sacred Offering here as well, but I like Dash Mastery too much to give it up. And that would essentially reduce our units by 1, but give us 30% additional damage. So that is really up to you as to whether or not you would like to trade that off for Dash Mastery. Personally, I would never, ever, ever take Dash Mastery off the table, but that's entirely on you. If we go over and look at the skill tree for the Necromancer, if you're not familiar with the Necromancer, oh boy, you are in for a treat. Necromancer is probably the strongest character of the game, including for the trait. So the trait is reanimation. The Necromancer may now collect body parts from defeated enemies. After collecting enough parts, an abomination is summoned to fight for her, granting temporary powers to the Necromancer and all her followers. Active. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know the Necromancer was a her. My bad. Anyways, essentially you collect so many parts. I think it's like 5, 6 parts, and then once you collect all of them, you can summon an abomination. The cool thing about this is, unlike some of the other characters, abomination parts will be littered all over the ground, so much so that it's possible to have 5 or 6 of these dudes up at one time, and they are mega strong. So if you are looking for a character that is very easy to use, this is actually a beginner-friendly character. I would say that you could probably get through most of the content in this game using Necromancer if you're having a hard time. So this is like your easy mode right here is what I'm saying. So we're going to go ahead and jump in here, where of course we are going to be doing Titan Hunt. If you like the sort of content, again, like, subscribe, that all really helps me out. And we are going to jump into level 5 of Sigil of the Void without any modifiers and all this sort of jazz, just so we can fight the Void King. Let us do it.
The hunt begins. The portal won't open itself.
And the other thing is, these abominations that you can actually summon with you are actually really strong. I do. All right, and looking at the Titans that we have to hunt, we're actually going to bounce between 2 different Titans for this one. We're going to be bouncing between Arunaak and Mizahhat. And the reason why is because Arunaak has a Titan power that essentially allows us our Doom to do a lot more damage. Mizahhat we're going to take for the Expose, and I believe there's something else in Mizahhat that we're going to really like. And then we're also going to go back to Arunaak for that additional crit chance of moves Titan powers. Let's go ahead and jump over to Arunaak, take all this down, and then we will make our way. Looks like we just got some void fragments to kill through the cultists here. I'm going to go ahead and turn my visibility back up. I've been trying something else, and the visibility was just way too high. Even like a 0.3, there was a build I was trying out for another character, and you could not see anything on the screen. And somehow we already have the option to add Doom to our attacks, which usually you can't get that until you have a Doom-related skill equipped, which is kind of odd. But I am not going to be upset about that at all. So there's carrying crows. We'll go ahead and do that. Release a wave of crows in a target direction, causing random damage and applying disarray. Trait's chaotic. It has a 50% chance to cast another one of our skills off cooldown, which is really nice. Go ahead and grab this XP. And you can see right off the bat, just from the first clear objective, we are already doing a beast amount of damage. I am also going to turn down the visibility already, because this is also a lot higher on the graphical effect than I thought it was going to be. Ooh, skeletal mages, there we go. There's our next skill. We got another abomination up. We're going to make our way to the blue objective over here. Increase damage of skeletal mages. Sure, why not? Got some fungi guys we're going to take care of. This toxic sporelings. I'm going to go ahead and try to collect as many of these body parts so we can get another abomination up. Our objective is already cleared. We are doing some massive work already. The cool thing is our abominations hit like in an area of effect, and you can actually easily see the effect area around them whenever they're running about. Go ahead and make our way over to the... Actually, I want to lock both these. Oh, I'm going to take Spectral Guardian so I have another skill. Got another abomination on the field. We can see we can actually have 4 right now, so we are absolutely nailing it as far as having troops on the field to help us fight. I'm gonna go ahead and hang out with them over here, because literally anything that's over here hanging out with them is just absolutely going to die. I would really like to take Putrid Hounds. They are really good, but I do want those archers, because I feel like archers scale up a little bit better as far as you have a number of them down. Plus, they kind of hang out with you. As you can see, like the skeletal archers are just kind of hanging on the back line right behind me. Always a great thing for them to be hanging out with me. We'll do a little bit of extra poison damage. Sure, we're not going to be reliant on poison damage. I'm going to actually take the magnetic. I probably lost a lock because of that, but we'll get some locks. Well, actually, no, we won't get any locks back. I forgot. We are taking the unique weapon skills. But that's okay. It is okay. We are just absolutely doing everything different. We're going to do Incarnate, I believe. Wait. You know what? Yeah, no. We'll take Doom Incarnate. Increases the crit chance of all non-Doom skills by 16%. I think that's what it was. we can go ahead and turn off seeing active abilities. And I don't think we ever need to worry about reanimation. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to do it because you know what? We're already having a very easy time finding body parts. I wonder if we could get up to like 10 reanimated corpses like, wandering around. That would be pretty awesome, right? Increase the quantity of skeletal mages. Oh my god, is it my birthday? It's been a while since I've actually seen that pop up. Dude, relentless. Now, for my understanding, whenever you apply poison, a portion of the damage is dealt up front. There's no way we're ignoring that. By the way, I want to talk about multicast and cast frequency. So, from my understanding, used to be a long time ago, whenever you did cast or multicast and it recasted a minion or whatever, if it was still alive, it would desummon a summon that you already had out in the field, and then it would resummon them near you. And that was kind of working against you as a summoner, because that was the whole time your characters weren't doing damage because your units were having to run back or fight things they were going to do. Now, from my understanding, and it might be absolutely off base, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I believe now all that cast frequency and multicast does for these particular skills now is it actually changes it to where they're basically healed. Like they're no longer resummoned. So that is important to keep in mind. Also, I am going to skip active skills because I forgot I had Putrefy, and I really don't want Putrefy. I forgot we have another crow skill we need. I'm gonna take this Fateful Strikes, and the next opportunity that I have to grab a skill, I think it gives me an active ability choice. I am going to attempt to grab the other crow skill. There we go. A bunch of XP. Looks like we cleared everything on the map. Increase the damage modifier of your abominations by 45%. That's we're not taking chaos golems because they have taunt, which is essentially the same thing as cunning. There's my murder of crows. There we go. And we are going to take horrific presence because I really love disarray. Disarray allows you to do a variable amount of damage more than what you're currently doing. For each skill of the type shadow, improve your skills without the shadow type. That's going to be literally everything else other than our, I guess it's our mages. Yeah, our mages and our archers. Nice. We're going to turn that back off. I'm going to go ahead and create the lethality. Area effect of our summons going to go up, and there we go. I do really feel like we need some movement speed in here. Oh, as far as our artifact power, I did not discuss this at all. Death's Owner summons wraiths that cause damage and apply weakness. They gain damage bonus based on the quantity of summoning units control. Traits is cunning, so we do have a trait here. Death does kind of travel with us though, so that is nice. Yeah. I do like the fact that we have another source of weakness out there. We have so much weakness on the field. It's awesome. And I don't believe Arunaak is going to survive very long. Even with not having the abominations that we had at our disposal earlier, I still don't think we're going to have a problem with the fight. Nope, she is dead. The Doom bar filled up way too fast for her. Alright, and then there we go. Fangs of Doom. Whenever you apply Doom on a target, there's a chance that you will instantly cause a percentage of the total Doom damage accumulated target. So instead of having to look for that epic perk that may or may not drop that does the same thing, we are guaranteed it if we come to Arunaak. So now we're going to go over to Mizahhat, and we're going to go over there, and we're going to try to grab Exposed, I believe is the one I'm looking for. We'll have to see what other options they are, because I believe the other thing I have written down here says there's another perk that would be really good for us to have as a summoner. See, we'll go, let's do damage increase on our Spectral Guardians. I will take some Magnetic. I do hope we get lucky and get a Treasure Goblin. That'll be awesome. Another 45% bump in the damage of our Abominations. I will take that. Thank you. We'll do Expansive, increase the area effect. That'll also affect our Abominations. Wow, our Abominations are going to be absolute dump trucks of damage. We're going to go ahead and reroll, I think. I'm going to do some Agile. Reroll. I'll take another little bit of agile because we are definitely on the slower side of things. As soon as we get up and running with our first abomination, we're about to absolutely truck through this. Frequency of our skeletal mages? Sure, why not? We have our first abomination up. Frequency of our archers. I'll take it. More damage from our Doom. Increase the multicast chance of all of your skills type Chaos. Don't really care for that one. Leviathan would be good if we had more movement speed. I am going to reroll here. Let's go and increase the damage of our archers. Magnetic, sure, for more XP. Let's go ahead and do multicast in the Spectral Guardian. Increase their damage. Right, and increase the damage of every Doom you apply. We're getting a lot of levels here. Did I pick up a... I hadn't even picked up the crystal yet. We'll go ahead and we'll up our plague rats a little bit. I'm not super reliant on them. They were mostly that they have a lot of base right there at the start, so they are really good in that sense. Oh, I see a part over there, and increases the crit chance of any skill that isn't Shadow. All your attacks may now apply Doom. Absolutely, we're always going to increase any chance we have to do Doom. Damage modifier of everything that's not Shadow. Okay. Could still be pretty good. This body part thing is gonna make it really easy for us to take these guys down. They're absolutely getting polished there. Powerful. They're not even concerned with us. We do have our abominations probably taking a lot of that flack for it. Whenever you cast a skill of type Chaos, you have a chance of casting another one of your current skills with Arcane instead. I believe the only thing that we have Arcane is our Spectral Guardian. Yeah, okay. Sure, why not? I guess that really kind of stacks up there with the, whatchamacallit? The Chaotic. We're going to lock Merciless and take Havoc. Damage increase for all of our summons, absolutely. We'll take multicast to murder crows. Take some extra health. Increase the area modifier of your abomination, or take a 10% damage. Block that one. Take that one. Increase damage of our mages. Sure. Go ahead and take that cast frequency. I'm going to go with lethality. For imprecision, all of your crits may now apply Doom. That's why we're stacking all that lethality, so that way we can make sure that all of our crits cause extra Doom. Get that calamity up there even higher, and then we'll head for the north. We're already 240% additional Doom damage, and we're not even through the second level yet. Oh, we got some Tentacles of Heresy, I see. And, like, by the time I see them, they already have, like, 90% of their health bar already filled up by Doom, which is insane. Alright, looks like we have to pick up our objective money. I'm going to re-roll until Calamity. There we go. I do want everything to be able to cast Doom or cause Doom, but I'm only going to use that if we don't have, like, one that gives us more Doom damage up front. Let's go with... You know, I'll take the green venomous. Sure, why not? We do have a treasure chest over here. We're going to head and channel this chest for the extra XP. It's not a treasure goblin, but it has the word treasure in it. Infected wounds may now also apply poison. I'll lock Calamity. Take that one. Why not? I mean, that's just guaranteed to have poison whenever we get to the point where we have guaranteed 100% crit chance at the very minimum. What is our crit chance now? Oh, it's already happening. We have 118% crit chance as of right now. So, not super upset about that. Very happy with it, actually. We're going to take the movement speed. And then, I'm going to take magnetic. I want to level up faster. And if we find a treasure goblin and we get a treasure room, we might gain somewhere around 20 levels. And that's just free damage. We go with archers. How about that? I would like to see more like a quantity one. It gives us extra units. That would be nice. Whenever you can. Yep. Because that means our summons. These guys stood no chance. They stood so little chance, I didn't even have to be on the screen with them for them to die. Let's do damage increase. I want to pick up the magnetic. So this is a damage increase for plague rats, skeletal mages, and skeletal archers. What is our crit damage modifier? 290. Yeah, I'm gonna take the damage modifier. Crit chance on rats, crows, spectral, and more crows. Yeah, sure, why not? Attack speed, sure. Damage of our crows. Yeah. I'm gonna start backing off a little bit on the multicast. I don't think we really need that much multicast. I think we're perfectly fine where we're at. Crit chance of everything. Yep. I'm just like, yeah, we have about 6 abominations up. They're pretty awesome. You get more lethality. And of course, stacking more lethality, because that means once we hit certain breakpoints, our crits are definitely doing even bigger crits. Crits on crits on crits, yo. We have 8 abominations up, which is the most I've had out big time at this moment right now. Can I see the number 9 before it diminishes to 7? Legendary crow, sure, why not? I'm just trying to collect body parts because I want to see if I can have up to 9 abominations right now. There are not enough body parts on the field. Or is 8 all I'm allowed to have? I think 8 might actually be my allowance for abominations. We'll go powerful strikes. And all of my abominations are gone. I was kind of messing around there a little bit longer just because I wanted to see if I could get extra abominations, but we're making excellent time. Enough time for me to take a sip of my coffee that I've had sitting here for far too long, undrink. Hold him as a hit. You about to feel some pain. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all the doom. Oh, feel the doom. Gonna back up into all these abomination pieces. Actually don't want that. Let's take vicious strikes. There we go. She's dead. I don't know why I think that, but I think that may possibly Mizahhat is I think fragility. Extra damage. I think exposed gives us more though. I'm gonna go with exposed. And we have that. No, we didn't get a treasure room. Dang. Okay. So now we're gonna go back to Arunaak. And we're gonna go here for the crit chance of movements. You know, part of me actually wants to go to Brokenth though for the Shattered to armor shred stuff. So maybe you might do that. Re-roll that. I don't want the multicast. It seems really desirable to have multicast, but I really think at this point we're pretty solid on multicast. I know the desire to pick up purple perks might be enticing, but if it's not really benefiting your build after a certain point, you need to learn to kind of limit yourself, which is kind of a problem that I have from time to time. I see something purple or golden and I instantly click it. But if it's even if it's a massive boost, even if something's like 32% multicast. If multicast isn't the focus of your build, which it's not, then it's really not doing anything for you. Doom for burn. See this sounds really good. I know some multicast. Do these die? That's the only thing I wonder. Conjures a spectral over a random enemy causing damage based on the quantity of summon units you control. They do damage based off of the, you know what? I think in this case, this would actually benefit us, mostly because they're doing damage based off summon damage. I think we'll be good with that one. That on its own sounds like it's just going to be doing excellent work for us. I should actually look at that one more after this is over. And I'm wondering if we would make like a Spectral Guardian build, because I'm looking at the Spectral Guardian there at the bottom. And what I notice is that there's only one up. I mean, I see a lot of them popping up. It looks like it casts like a spell, like it's not a unit. Similar to the crows aren't units per se. Now that I think about that, so 3 of my skills aren't ability, like summon units, so I should take a look at that. I wonder if that's actually causing me to lose damage, since I do have so many summon rooms damaged up. That's interesting. So Spectral Guardian is a spell, not a summon. Okay. That's not information I had before. It says summon, so that's the only reason why, like, in the text it says conjures a specter, not summon. Okay, so maybe that's the difference. Either way, it's still, like, pretty strong, because it's doing damage based off of my summon, so it's definitely helping me out in some way. The burn is... but... go with skill chain. I think I want to go skill chain and keep things on the for my chaos summon or spells to help me out here, because the crows are technically not summons either. Let's see. Will you reroll? I will take the extra movement speed. Why not? Whenever you apply Disarray, you may now apply Bleed. I think that's probably the better thing we can take right now. I won't focus on Bleed, but it's just extra ticking damage. It's already coming off of one of our other skills, so I'm not really pressing it. You know, try to focus one of these guys down. The cool thing I've noticed, by the way, and I don't know if this is entirely true, but I feel like if I aim my analog stick in a specific direction with my ranged units, like my archers, it feels like they attack. Ooh, there we go. There's Ruin. Whenever you apply Doom, a portion of the total damage caused instantly, in addition to the normal effect. Okay, so basically what we got from Arunaak before. But I feel like my ranged units actually attack in the direction that my analog stick is pointed towards. So if I like point it to the left, they tend to seem to aim to my left, which is really nice. So it feels like you can still kind of target with them. It could be just me. I could be certifiable. That's very possible. Chances are I am. Let's see if we can re-roll for a better thing here. I'll take that. There we go. They are all down. I will take lethality. And that is all we got here. Take some more lethality. Probably could have taken the disarray. Disarray is also really good. We are getting a good bit of it from our crows as well. One of our crow skills does disarray. How much quicker is this going to be now? Alright, I want to see when she dies, because last time I saw something like this, I didn't watch the Doom bar fast enough. Okay, so, I mean, reasonably fast, not super fast. Last time I saw a Doom build that I did, she actually died We could do. Maybe we might take Fangs of Doom again. There's a whenever you apply Doom on a target, there's a chance it'll do 2% of the damage. So I feel like maybe this isn't as strong as Ruin, the one that does a percentage of damage. I think it's like 40%. Have 150% crit chance. We're getting close to a breakpoint if we already hadn't hit one. I believe 150% is the second breakpoint. Could be wrong. I'm gonna take things to do. Let's see. Instantly cast Ghost, sure. Still no Treasure Goblin. And I think I'm gonna go to Broken. I think we're gonna go with Shattered. I was gonna go back to Mizahhat, but I think Shattered will help us out with the armor shred, because I'm certain the bosses and stuff like that have armor that need to be shredded. I am a big fan of Exposed, though. Exposed does actually do a lot. Whenever you apply Doom, you may also apply Burn. Half the time we'll do Burn. Extra little Burn, sure, why not? So now we have pretty much all the status effects, but I am still focusing on just mostly Doom, though. I don't want to buff the other damage. I don't want to spread myself thin on ailments, but it is extra damage. So Corrosive seems to be the only viable option right there in the moment. I don't want to use too many more rerolls. Actually, I didn't even know how many rerolls we have. Yeah, we only have 2 right now. For a chance of everything but our summons, sure. More crit, always good. We'll do Merciless. Increase our crit damage. Go ahead for the blue objective. Oh, your attacks now apply bleed or magnetic. A reroll. Your poison may now apply Doom. I am good with that, because that means every single time we hit an enemy, we're going to get extra Doom because our poison hits every single time. I'm down with that. You know what? Venomous, because more Doom. Increase the quantity of Plague Rats. Great. And our Plague Rats are giving us even more Doom because they are poison-based. That was a massive bonus to us. Increased damage of everything but our archers and mages. Still great. Increase the quantity of mages from 1 to 3. That's awesome. A legendary damage modifier of 100%. Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and increase that Calamity. We have not been focusing enough on a Calamity. We are hitting enemies really fast, so the stacks do add up really quickly, but we do need to start maybe turning our attention a little bit to getting more Calamity in. There we go. I would like to try to get this above 600% before we get to the Void King, if I could. I'm gonna do Poison just because it leads to more Doom. We're gonna go with I'm actually wondering now. I also have to look at this. I wonder if cast frequency. So we have multicast and cast frequency. I wonder if I'll have to look at it. If that has anything to do with if you have a skill out on the build, I wonder if it might actually like an attack speed boost instead. Got me wondering about this one. Like, either way, the build is still strong. The build is still doing what the build is supposed to do. But I want to make sure that I'm understanding what the stats do. So I'm going to spend some time on the wiki, kind of reviewing some of the stats to see what's found in. It's a little unfortunate. The one thing the game is missing is how certain stats might affect spells or whatever. I would kind of like to get a glossary for that. I would also like to get a spell glossary so we can individually see the what the different spells are in the game. Because the only way I know how to see all the spells in the game currently is to go over to the room page and like add specific spells to your spell pool, that rune, and then just look at the spells from there. 80% or 40% increase to the damage of our summons, plague rats, and our archers and mages. Really good. This ray may not quite. I just want to go with Doom, honestly. That's one of those things where I was talking about where kind of want to sometimes turn away from the color of skill and just take the things that are priority to your character. Let's see. Health. Reroll. Do damage. You guys are dead. Alright. Damage increase of our crows. Alright, and it looks like we only need one more objective. We can go over there to top left over here and hit this green objective, the common one, and this will be it. We can go ahead and head over to Broken. We're making excellent time to make it into the Void King. Just sad that it doesn't seem like this is going to give us a treasure goblin. Go with disarray, might as well. Faithful strikes. Why couldn't you have been calamity? Oh well, still more doom. Backpedal to the boss. He should be eliminated fairly quickly. Which he is. I'm pretty much hanging around the back line, picking up abomination hearts. There he goes. And let's see if we can get shattered. There we go. Void King, here we come.
Primordial portal awaits the blood.
Yeah, buddy. Do it. So, one of the things I briefly talked on, or not really well explained, other than the fact that I like the plague rats for the damage they do up front, which is the reason why I picked this one. Another reason why I picked the staff is out of the 2 sites, or out of the 4 sites the Necromancer has access to, only 3 of them have positive benefits at the start. This one and the first site. Unfortunately, the other 2 only have 2 benefits and a negative, and like all of them have a negative, but you can actually turn them into a positive after upgrades or something like that. But the other one actually have less benefits tied to the sites. This one. So we have our first abomination out. We'll go ahead and go with, actually don't, yeah, we'll go damage. Make our way to the blue objective over there. So yeah, that's a little bit of another reason why I chose to take this specific site, is just because it has more benefits on it compared to the other 3 options. Alright, we're gonna go with increased damage of our archers. Looks like they're feeling the pain of that shatter, hopefully. I can actually hit this guy on my own right now. Or get around to him, so... whatever. He's still dead, that's all that matters. Oh, Doom. Well, 80% of the damage. Your normal effect. Absolutely. We are absolutely beasting it. And now we got another one for 120% of our Doom damage. Yeah. The Void King isn't living for very long. So we had some common objectives. Oh, we have an epic objective. Let's go ahead and grab that one. Go ahead and take care of these corrupted mages. Really not what I was hoping for. I was hoping to get some calamity, but whatever. There we go. Yeah, we'll increase the damage for go ahead and head over to this XP crystal up the top. It'd be really cool. I've never gotten more than 120% of my doom damage from Ruin. It'd be really cool if we could like increase to like 160%. I've never seen anything beyond 120. Damage increase of our crow, sure, why not? I actually don't know at what point which of my summons is actually doing the most damage. Generally speaking, I can kind of tell you which skills are going to be clearing the board for a lot of stuff. And I can honestly say I am not entirely certain for this one. Increase the damage of our mages and archers. 570% extra doom damage, cool. I did say I would like to get it to 600, so we get like one more, whatchamacallit, one more calamity upgrade. Should be able to get to 600% at the very least. Alright, we got a blue objective down at the bottom. That should get us mostly the rest of the way. We don't have any more rerolls, so I kind of had to take what I got. Yeah, that one guy is not having a good day. I didn't even see which Void Lord that was, but all I know was he did. Oh, we just like quick drawed that guy. He was shooting at us. I was trying to see if we could kill him before he actually shot out his projectile. Look at a little bit of armor. It's not really gonna do anything. Grim Precision. Oh yeah, we did get this one. Okay. I was trying to figure out that we had ever gotten Grim Precision at any other point in time in the match, and it looks like our last objective, the uncommon one, is right over here. And then we'll be able to fight the corrupted Arcane Weaver. Yeah, cast one of your chaos spells. We'll do area effect for our crows. There we go, and that is all the objectives. Time to head on over to final boss arena. Trying to decide what I want to take as a perk from defeating the Arcane Weaver. It would definitely benefit from the one that gives us 300% crit damage if it offers to us. I don't believe I have any more rerolls, so we kind of have to take one of the two options that give us. So it's either going to be like a 100% crit chance would be good, 300% crit damage, or maybe the one that just gives us straight up extra damage in exchange for less movement speed. I'd be okay with it.
To close your eyes forever.
Should start seeing the doom here build up pretty fast just shortly, hopefully. I am not seeing stuff very well right now. I need to turn down my visit. Get this down to 0.3 if I can. Alright. We weren't like in any immediate danger, but it was very clear to me that we weren't going to be able to see a lot of stuff. We can do 110% more damage. Change for 20 movement. What's our movement? 131? I'll take it. We could have chose to reroll. I don't think I really wanted to make that sort of gamble with only having one reroll. curious to know if we'll be able to keep our abominations in between phases, or if they'll die off. I don't even see any bomb. Oh, there's another bomb. Whereas that as many oh, there he goes. Oh. Sadly, it looks like we don't get an abomination between phases. Pick him up. I left him on the field. Dead.
All things end, even gods, even darkness. His silence belongs to me now.
Alright. I hope this fight doesn't last more than 20 seconds. That's what I'm hoping for. Less than 20 seconds. I don't think this is the strongest build, but I definitely really enjoy this build. And he did. That was definitely less than 20 seconds. I'm gonna have to go back and recount that. I'd like to know how fast I killed him there. Less than 10 seconds for sure.
The king crumbles.
Yeah, I think I like Wounds. Wounds is really good. I've actually tried out Wounds. I've done a extra run.
Souls will serve.
It is a fairly nice passive to have. I don't think another class has Wounds. Oh, and surprisingly, you know, mages and archers did end up being on top. I mean, we got a lot of skills there that were boosting the damage of our other summons, weren't shadow. So I was kind of convinced that our mages and archers were going to fall behind, but they were definitely lead of the pack. And I do kind of like that they were, I mean, not evenly spread, but they were pretty close to each other compared to the other skills on the list. But yeah. Oh, as far as I am trying to learn a little bit better, I know a lot of people might be wondering what kind of runes or passes I picked up along the way. So just to showcase a little bit of course, you're going to take your damage increases where you can. So we do have a lot of damage increases here, shadow damage, mostly because that affected our summons themselves. It increased the area effect of our chaos damage. Let's see, way to power. You cause more damage moves. Oh, that's because we got that from the arcane, corrupted arcane weaver. That's right. So this list right here, the top of these, other than the area effect and the damage, you can pretty much ignore these other ones because, well, yeah, you pretty much guarantee to take those. I would not take Agony unless you have nothing else to pick. I mean, Disarray is good, but you're really not going to be focusing on bleed too much. Area effect is always great, especially for abominations. Ruin is an absolute. If you find Ruin in your Ruin and run and you're doing a Doom run at all, take it. Impending Doom, I wouldn't really so much care about this. If you were, again, without any other decision, and this was the only one here, I would take it because it is passive extra damage, but we weren't really leaning into burn, so it was just another source of extra damage, just because that was the worst of all, you know, that's the best of the lot we had. Now, poison may apply doom. This would absolutely 100% be fantastic pickup, because anytime you apply poison, may now apply doom, which is going to stack well with our doom build. That's excellent damage increase. We're skip over that. It's pretty, you know, we're gonna take that anyways. Unstoppable force, armor reduction stuff, Absolutely a great pickup to find. If you don't have another choice to pick, I would definitely pick this up at Bro Kemp. As far as instantly casting one of your shadow skills, Chaos, again, remember, cast frequency and multicast really aren't that important. I know I picked up a lot of this at the early stages, but after a while, I mean, I am a victim of my own teachings, which is after a certain point, you gotta learn to tell yourself no. And I didn't tell myself no soon enough. I probably only would have taken maybe like 5 dips into this, maybe. Armor is definitely good. It's definitely not really a armor heavy build. As you get further into the runs, if you want to continue on the run, you might want to like pick up some of this for survivability. But after a while, you're pretty much going to become glass cannon. You gotta be careful of that one. Damage increase, that's pretty nonsensical, or pretty much always extra damage and everything is good. Merciless, more crit chance you have, the more crit damage you do, the more damage you do, the higher your doom is going to do. So I would definitely work on having crit lethality and merciless for the extra crit chance and crit damage. Damage increase. Vicious Strikes is a really good one. Solid pickup. First hit does 100% more damage. Pretty awesome. Expose is really awesome. Any chance you can take to have a debuff an enemy that causes extra damage, always great. Havoc, having that disarray in there is actually pretty good. I know it starts off low, and there's probably a couple times where I could have picked up a better version of disarray. Matter of fact, I did. Well, no, there was horrific presence, but having extra disarray is actually not a terrible thing because that extra damage you do actually starts scaling up pretty large. So if you're willing to deal with the variable percentage of damage, this is actually can be really good because you only have a small percent due to negative damage. The rest of it's just positive damage overall. Reanimation is fantastic. As you can see on the 3rd skill of my damage skills, Reanimated Abomination was my 3rd highest damage skill. That's fantastic. Take it. Grim Precision, critical strikes may not apply Doom. Doing a Doom build. Absolutely. Multicast, I stopped at 20%. That's probably good enough. Now all your attacks apply poison. Absolutely great for a Doom build since all of our poison has a chance to make Doom stacks. Critical strikes may now apply your poison. Even more Doom stacks. Horrific Presence, that's more disarray. That's going to be really good. Each of your skills, increasing the damage modifier of our skills without shadow, really good. Area modifier for our shadow skills, also really good. Fangs of Doom, this is from Arunaak. Whenever you apply Doom on a target, there's a chance that you will instantly do a portion of the percentage of the damage to the target. So at a 1% chance, you're going to do 2% of your Doom damage. It sounds like not a lot, but this might happen a lot frequently when you have a lot of Doom stacks hitting a target. So this is actually a pretty good, significant boost of damage. Expansive area effect is, again, I took an area effect on another one over here. This is actually pretty good because if it affects the area effect of all your skills, including Abomination, you really are just amping out extra damage from your characters. This is a crit chance boost for all of my other skills that weren't our summon or mage and our archer. Still pretty good. This is doing our spectral guardian. I think that's pretty good. This is actually what I'm going to look into, so I'm going to study more time on that myself. Magnetic, always a fantastic pickup, especially get treasure goblin. Just having like 5 levels of magnetic means that when you get a treasure room, you can go from like having like 20 levels of free levels to like 25 to 27. It's pretty great. Multicast chance, super not important, but I still took a couple because probably the best choice at the time. Calamity is absolutely 100% the most essential passive you can have in the. If there isn't like a higher rarity, something happen, either like a damage increase or something like that, Calamity, get as much Calamity as you want. Those Doom ticks, as far as I know, Doom only ticks like 1 time after like 8 seconds. It only hits 1 time, unlike where Burn does damage throughout. I think Calamity hits after like 5 seconds. But the more Doom you're stacking on enemies, the higher that Doom is going to basically explode and do damage if the enemy doesn't die first. If the Doom bar fills up before it has time to pop, it's going to execute them. But even then, Calamity is fantastic. Let's see, Relentless. I'm still going to check into this one. I'm kind of wondering if this is more or less a attack speed boost or if it's actually just recasting or like healing my unit. So I'm going to have to look at that one. Reanimation is really good for finding more body parts whenever you apply poison. The portion of total damage is caused. Of course, Rotting is really good. Anything that does percentage damage, like a status affecting unit, is always going to be really good. And since Poison and Doom have been working great together, I'm going to keep that one. Reanimate, really good. Dealing more poison damage, also fantastic. Hit health where you can. Amp lethality whenever you can. As much movement speed as you can. Powerful Strikes is fantastic. Something that I didn't learn until super recently is that damage modifiers, they actually affect your status effects. So the higher your damage modifier, the more damage you're doing with your status effects such as burn and doom and poison and bleed and all that sort of jazz. Powerful Strikes is always fantastic as well. And now all of our attacks apply Doom. The fact that all of my units were applying Doom as a character. That's working through the runes. I don't know if I'm going to do a walkthrough of all my rune choices like that, but if I really had to pick out the ones that were fantastic, again, Calamity. Calamity, get that one. The one that critically strikes and where it has a chance to make your poison Doom stacks, also fantastic. Reanimation, fantastic. Do those crit damage and lethality are also fantastic. Let's go back to our main menu real quick, and I will walk you through the skills that we chose again. So for skills, I chose to go with the, what is the staff called? Noxious Reaper plus 10. And we rocked the Spectral Guardians, the Plague Rats, swapping out Putrefy. We took both the Murder Crows and Carrion Crows, as well as taking Skeletal Archers and Mages, which did a majority of our damage. If you would like to swap out another summon, I might advise you to maybe possibly take Putrid Hounds. And the only reason why I would say Putrid Hounds over, say, like one of these crows is if you want to deal with it, didn't want to deal with the chaotic portion. These Putrid Hounds, as long as you get them to stay near you or you can stay near them, that poison would turn into Doom if you got that one where, you know, you get the skill that allows that to happen. As far as our runes go, for our versatility runes, we took Weapon Expert, Reroll Mastery, and our Unexpected Arsenal, so that way we had access to all of our weapon skills. And for our Tenacity runes, we took Extra Help for the extra summon, Commanding Presence for that 30% extra damage to our summons, and then we got the extra damage boost for having so many summons out. I wish there was a way to see how much extra damage, if you were actually getting the benefit out of this. I think I was, but I'm not entirely sure now, knowing that 3 of my skills weren't summons, but they are still very strong. And of course, Dash Mastery, because we never leave home without it. If you like these sort of builds, you want to see more guides like this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think of the build. If there's a character you'd like to see me play or a build that you want to suggest, comment that as well. Put your runes, your abilities in the description, and what weapon you chose, stuff like that, and I will check it out. Until next time, you guys take care, and I will catch you all in my next video. Later.